Welcome to Ghostwatch 2016. The three of us are watching Kamen Rider Ghost. My name is Coriander Dickinson. I've seen some Kamen Rider.
My name is Heather Deary. I've seen some things now.
My name is Kate Stark. I too have seen things.
Last time we saw Eminem die.
Spectre had better things to do.
Sunglass slasher.
Sunglass slasher.
Sunglass.
Sure.
There's
There's
a sword with
several.
sunglasses. There's
Yeah.
a sword. It has sunglasses.
It's
You
super
heard that
cool.
right.
It's very cool.
You heard it here first.
It's so cool. It needs shades. It has those.
This week,
This one's episode 13.
Daring the
the
man who lives freely.
"98 days remain."
but we don't know how many icons because they stopped telling us.
I think they don't want to tell us anymore because it's like, well, Spectre has some and we have some, and maybe we should technically count those as all of ours, but we're not gonna.
I
and
think
we
the
just don't
show
wanna tell
just
you.
lost count. They're like, we don't know anymore. It's fine. There's some.
Show's like, this is not important information anymore.
So we start off at Dad's grave, thanking
As-
him for the big helps last time.
As is tradition.
The miracle hugs.
The miracle of hugs.
In Feather
There's a-
Heaven.
There's a flashback to that part very briefly in case you've forgotten what happened last episode.
And then he reiterates what his father told him, and then we see his father tell him, and then he says it again that he has to unite 15 heroes. And then the future will happen.
Then Spectre walks up, pays his respects to Grave, Dad, and also starts having an internal thought process of things and his own flashback of Canon coming down from the sky with Talk of Time.
And then Taco asks how Canon is. And it's like, oh, Canon's good. And then explaining what happened 10 years ago about being pulled into the monolith.
And then he's all like, but I'll tell you about that later when I'm finished with my stuff.
See ya.
Yeah, he got stuff to do. He literally just keeps saying, I could tell you more shit, but I've got stuff to do. Goodbye.
Was that him walking away so effortlessly cool?
No, that was the transition to Ganma World.
Yes.
Oh, do you mean Ganma Hell?
You mean the corporate one?
Corporate Ganma Hell.
I mean, those were corporate buildings.
It was all red and smoky with high rises with eyes on them.
I did not think we'd get actual buildings because
They're
everything just seemed like storms.
Brutal concrete structures.
Pretty boy walks through some doors and there's all these icons just kind of floating around.
I should mention in corporate Ganma Hell, rock snakes are flying all through the sky.
That's their form of transport. It's how they get their buses.
And then there's like clouds of icons. So I don't think they need buses because they can already fly.
Well, yeah, but they're clearly for the royalty who decide to be fancy and walk around on two legs and not use their icon forms to just float around. They are special. They get snake buses. This is how I've decided how this world works, Corey.
This is
They're like-
canon.
They're like
No.
cat bus, but like a giant floaty rock snake with several eyes and...
You know, Canon's not here anymore. This is just how this works.
No, I mean head canon.
Oh, yes.
So Pretty Boy walks through a cloud of icons up to a couple generic Ganma in like the red zone, I'm going to call it.
How does that differentiate from the rest of the red zone
Like
area?
there's less clouds and ash here. It's just like there's a dark room. There's some like swinging red spotlights.
It looks like a Daft Punk music video.
And one of the Ganma has an astronaut's helmet and the other one has like a really long katana. And then they do a seal or something and the things become blue and float away and then transform into Ganma.
Right, and Pretty Boy is talking about how he doesn't need Scary Mouth anymore to infuse Ganma with power. He's very, very proud of this point. But he's also looking for His Majesty, which I think is his brother from the sounds of it.
it's like asking where His Majesty is and then saying he's going to go see his brother. So I don't know if they're the same person.
They could be connected. I think it's one of those, he's second prince, and first prince is in charge things.
We might also have a dad.
We all know that Prince passed away.
I'm not sure we can have dads anymore, Corey. I think they might all be dead.
Well, one of them might just be in hell. You can be dead and in hell.
It's like me. Me.
Kate is Pretty Boy's dad. Got it.
Sure. Yeah, I'll take it. He, Pretty Boy tells the two Ganma, yo, get to work. I'm peacing out for a little bit.
And so we jump to a rooftop where we actually get like a clear view of the two Ganma.
They're stupid looking. They're super dumb. One of them I can only describe as being
Dalek Mysterio.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
stylized
accurate.
Dalek with legs.
He's like a very pale yellow with a bird blue going on there for accenting.
Yeah.
Well, it's like below the waist. They were like, we don't need to do anything here. Let's just concentrate on the shoulders and the hat.
I think they were expecting to mostly do waist-up shots of the camera work for the most part. So they're like, we don't need to bother with the legs too much.
Well, they got wrecked here because this is full body shots. As always, I implore you to go Google. I'm sure if you search Dalek Ganma, it's not going to come up.
Maybe just episode 13 Ganma.
Maybe just watch episode 13.
Yeah, maybe just watch episode 13.
Maybe
for
just watch
yourself.
the entire series.
A man with like football shoulder pads covered in weird spheres, and then a bubble helmet that is attached to his face with large Phillips head screws.
And antenna.
Yeah, antenna. Fancy gloves.
With oversized bangles.
Double cuffs.
Yeah, double cuffs.
I'm really fixated on this one. The other one I really couldn't be too bothered with.
He looks okay. He's got a sword for an arm.
Oh my god, that's his arm?
Yeah. Yeah, that sword is his arm. That is not separate from him.
Oh dear.
And he's got like blue and white robes with large shoulder things that stick out.
Trench length.
Yeah. But like pointed, like swoopy pointed. And then there's little birds on the shoulder points.
What's this? Is it a scarf situation?
Yeah, it's got a scarf.
Yeah, I think it's a scarf.
And the face looks a bit bird-like.
He's got like a little Robin Hood hat that's black and white.
And on his back, he's got like streamers.
Yeah.
Like white streamers off of the back, kind of like a cape that's been cut up.
Why is his arm a sword?
This is a sword Ganma. The other one's the astronaut helmet.
The sword is an extension of yourself, Kate, and therefore you don't need an arm anymore.
We were calling them astronaut, and we didn't really talk about the other one.
We didn't
while
talk
we were
about the other one at
watching.
all. We could call him Swordy McSword or
Sword Arm.
Birdface McGee.
What about bird-faced swordsman?
Bird Sword.
Bird sword.
BS for short.
Yes.
We will call that one BS.
And Astro Dalek.
Can we just call it Astro Boy?
Astro Boy and Bird Sword.
A, B, and BS.
Yes.
Simplifying things.
We will forget all of these names later.
Sure will.
AB does a gesture, and then some of the sphere things on the shoulder light up and send out like sound waves. And we cut to different parts of the city where there's like a TV screen showing an advert for some curry and people walking around a park talking on phones.
Legit, though, that curry looked really great.
It's got like an egg on it.
It was like a katsudon sort of thing.
Yeah, it looked like more just like a curry rice with an egg on it.
I saw like
There's stuff in it.
breaded pork.
Just gonna go back. Look at this curry.
That looks like sausages.
Oh, it's sausages. I thought it was
it's like a breakfast curry.
It still looks good.
It says it's an eyeball curry. Yeah, those might be like little finger breakfast sausages.
I would eat that.
It's still gonna be delicious.
Just look at how like soupy it is.
Still
That's what
good.
the rice is for, Corey.
But it's like an island.
surrounded by a moat of sauce.
Just like your eyeballs, which is why they call it eyeball curry. I think.
I'm confused about your eyeballs.
My eyelashes aren't in the sea of soup that is my eyeball.
No, the
or
eyelashes.
made of pork sausages.
The eyelashes are the sausages. You just need to flip the. It's oriented the wrong way. The eggs are the eyeball iris thing, and then the white is the eyeball part, and then the sausages are eyelashes, and the rest of it is like eyeshadow. It's a brown murky eyeshadow.
Oh, it's eyeshadow, not your face is an expansive curry.
No.
Or it's just a bowl of curry. And not at all an eyeball.
Whatever you want,
Sure.
Kate. So people start to lose cell reception. And they're all like, what's going on?
And there's a really loud pitched noise coming through the cell phones that is uncomfortable.
So we cut to like a business dude, walking down the street talking to his phone, having a fight with his father of some kind. And he hears the loud noise and drops his phone.
And it lands in a flower bed right next to an icon. And he's like, wait, what is this? Is it an eyeball?
And it's all like, sparkle, and then it leaps into him and his eyes go blue.
Yep, and then he moves his glasses out of the way. I don't think he needs his glasses anymore.
No, have you seen how blue his
seems-
eyes are?
Have
Yeah.
you ever seen an icon with glasses?
Spoilers later. So, he moves the glasses out of the way. He gets very confident looking in his face. He makes much bigger body movements. Kind of looks cocky.
He's all like, I'm going to borrow this body and explore modern Japan.
This fellow's got a pretty big dream.
He's very happy.
I really like his facial expressions at this point.
There's
They're
a
great.
lot of them. We're back at Snapple HQ. It says Taco has 8 icons, Makoto has 3. That means there's 4 remaining.
They've got the icons lined up on the table for presentation.
Instead of stored away, potentially in a safe space.
Well, there's no one around this time to accidentally shock people and then tell people to go phone ambulances.
That's what you think. Onari and Akari are talking, and do you see Taco, like, holding icons up to his ear, like he's trying to hear the ocean?
He can hear the ocean through icons?
Maybe they're hollow inside.
Why aren't you in the ocean right now?
Because I'm here doing podcast.
We didn't invite you, you just showed up.
But I'm part of the bomb squad.
We're part of the bomb squad.
Oh. I'm not bringing you mochi anymore, Kate. I haven't brought you any yet, but I'm definitely not bringing you any more now.
So they say that the guy that they were fighting has 2 more that they know about. So there's really just two missing. And then they're like, Taco, why aren't you paying attention to this? And he's like, I'm trying to hear the heroes.
Which is, I think, really kind of adorable. He mentions that when he was transforming into Musashi, he could hear Musashi's voice. And so he's trying to maybe get advice or something. But Akari is very hell-bent on, like, we can't waste these 99 days like we did last time. I don't think they were wasted. They just never hit their goal.
I mean, it happens when you're goal planning. Sometimes you're just like, oh, well, this I could do in 99 days. That makes sense, but stuff happens. Life keeps going on. You have to have New Year's meditation practice. And it just gets out of hand.
Need to go to the Nuclear Physics Museum.
They also do a flashback to Musashi talking to him as a jacket, in case you missed that episode.
So Taco's all like, maybe Gramps knows something. And he hustles downstairs to where Gramps is all like, oh, Ryu shouldn't have done that. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Using his serious sage voice.
Gramps has been in the same outfit for a little while now.
It's a sage outfit.
But normally he would change into a wacky disguise.
Maybe he's run out. Maybe he's just like, we know who all the icons are now. He's not really looking for them. I don't need to give him hints.
We don't know who like 4 of them are.
Gramps is all, hey, Taco time, you can't see your dad no more. He's faded away because he helped you. But hey, if you get in there and you grab all the icons like I told you to, maybe you can save both your souls.
We see at this point as well that Gramps' possessions have been moved back in to
Yeah.
the monolith lab.
Oh, he's also got a sweet cane.
Maybe he hurt himself, or it's like a sympathy cane for Akari.
Maybe he just stole Akari's cane.
I think he might have stolen Akari's cane.
What a dick.
It seems like something Gramps would do. He stole Akari's cane, killed it so it'd become a ghost cane so he could use it. And now Akari can't find it.
Is Ghost Cane going to become a part of the Tiny Table Friends?
No, Ghost Cane's too old for that. He might become a sage for them, though.
Interesting.
Give them advice, lead them to greatness.
Save things like Zoinks.
Gramps said zoinks. Why?
Well, you know, you're having a very serious discussion, and that can't happen for very long because he has to be sage-like and vague. And he's all like, I can sense something. It's a revolutionary soldier. Gotta get a move on.
So Taco Time's like, oh, wait, let me go grab my book.
Hero book.
We haven't seen the hero book in a while,
He opens it up, flips to the exact correct page.
as one does.
Well, if his hero book only has 15 heroes in it, which I'm assuming only has 15 heroes in it, he's got like a 25% chance of grabbing the correct hero, and I think he's just lucky.
I don't think you understand percentages.
There are 15 heroes. 4 have not been identified. So
No,
25
no,
that
books work.
doesn't mean
That's not
that
how
they all.
books work.
That doesn't mean the other ones just disappear.
No, that he knows that he doesn't have to bother with those ones.
No, that's still not how that works.
Yes, exactly how percentages in books work.
No. What? No. No.
1 of 4 is
No.
25%, Kate.
That's not. Yeah, I mean, yes, that percentage is correct, but the way that you're laying this out here for the listeners is not. 1 in 15 is not 25%.
I'm not saying it's 1 in 15, though. I'm saying it's 1 in 4 because there are only 4 heroes.
No.
There's only 15 books.
See?
There are only
Get
15,
your story straight, Hodor.
There are only 15 heroes in this book. 4 of them have not been identified as being icons yet, even though they all have icons. He's flipped through the book and he's like, well, this one we haven't identified yet, which is 1 of the 4, so it's 25%.
He doesn't have a bookmark. He just opened the book to the mostly correct page.
Also, can I say that book is too big to only house 15 heroes. And we don't even know that there's only 15 heroes in the book. Your plan is flawed. Your logic is flawed. Ocean.
Not going to the ocean today. You can't make me.
So he opens the page to Sakamoto Ryoma, hero of turbulent times, who has a gun.
You liked that part.
He has a gun. Like, he also has a katana.
Yeah.
And, but...
The gun is important because it helps you identify what time period roughly. This is the time where now the samurais have guns.
Samurais have guns.
And not just rifles. They've got pistols.
Yeah, it's like a revolver.
But why?
To shoot people with.
But they have swords.
Would you fight a gun with a sword?
I'd fight a gun with love. I'm a pacifist.
Well, Sakamoto Ryoma is not. He is clearly a confident man who has a gun.
I just thought of something better. I'm a sassafist.
That will get you shot.
Well, only if the other person has a gun to shoot you.
That's true.
That doesn't really... It's hard to shoot someone without a gun. I mean, I guess if you have a bow and arrow, that is also a shooty thing.
Oh, I thought you said it's hard to shoot someone without a gun. Like, they don't have a gun? And I'm like, it's pretty easy to shoot someone without a gun.
Brutal.
All right.
That's why I was confused.
All right, I'll give you that. The trivia that shows up on the screen is that Ryoma united forces during the fall of the shogunate and dedicated his life to improving Japan, which was his dream. Do you know what the shogunate are, Kate?
No. I probably learned in high school, but I don't really remember. Which one of you
I'm
is
not
going to
sure.
tell me about it?
I'm not sure that's a thing you would have learned in high school.
We did a whole thing on Japan, like a several-month chapter on Japan.
I only remember Japanese in grade 3.
No, we didn't learn Japanese. We learned Japanese
No.
history.
Yeah, Japanese history.
I still don't know what it is, so one of you has to tell me. Neither of you
All
know.
right.
You're stalling.
If I remember right, the shoguns,
Shogun.
guns, or powerful military warriors who ran areas like barons kind of do, and then they stopped because people didn't like them anymore.
Basically, they control the military.
Yeah, no, I know that.
That's it.
Oh, I thought there was more.
But
No,
like they stopped that form of government around the time the guns showed up.
Okay.
Because having people with swords under your control to control everything doesn't work as well when everyone has guns.
Oh.
Hence why he has a gun.
Is he a Ganma?
Okay, we all belong in the ocean now.
Neat.
So Inari runs down the stairs and is like, there's trouble, people are collapsing. We gotta go.
Yeah, there's all this chaos stuff happening. So if we just cut to the next scene, you'll see that Ganma are
Got you.
Ganma are using like these weird pulse electric maybe attacks to,
Electrocute people through their cell phones.
and those people are collapsing. But I think there's like these weird things coming out of them. So I'm assuming that he's stealing their souls or something.
Some sort of energy thing from people.
Yeah.
Like blue orbs
Yeah.
that are being sucked from them and into the sky and then into his body.
Yeah, they're not icons or anything.
No, it feels very Queen Beryl. Like energy coming out
Yeah.
thing. Sailor Moon.
It all comes back to Sailor Moon, always.
Sorry, I like Sailor Moon.
You're a magical girl. It's okay.
Absolutely.
So we got everyone hustling to the location of the collapsing.
I appreciate your use of the word hustle this episode. It's been twice and I've appreciated it both times.
A lot of hustle in this episode.
A lot of hustle.
A lot of
in
people
this
giving
episode.
110%.
110% hustle.
Onari is carrying Akari on his back.
Her
To-
foot's still all messed up.
I
think she's
How?
faking it at this point.
how bad, like, I know Gramps stole her cane, but
Oh, she had a crutch upstairs by the table.
no, Gramps stole her cane.
She's clearly not
And-
using it.
Yes, that's why he took it for himself. And she's being carried, and I'm just like, I feel like her foot should be better by now.
I feel like this is a Need for Speed kind of scenario where she could hobble slowly and feebly, drawing a lot of attention to herself on the way there. To be like, wait for me.
thought
But
you
no, they
meant
decided
this-
to skip that and just go right to running very fast, carrying another person on my back.
I thought you meant this was a reference to Need for Speed, and I was trying so hard to figure out what part you were referring to. I was like, I don't get it.
Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. Is a game.
That's so stupid.
When they rush to, I guess this is a park area, there is a setup of with some signs, and possessed businessman is at this sitting area, and there's a lineup of people, and he is giving them Shark Tank advice. I assume.
Life goals.
Shark Tank.
Business suggestions, I guess.
Lifestyle. He's
Yeah.
a life coach now.
Velociraptor Aquarium.
He does seem like a bit of a life coach, like a motivational speaker.
I, at this point, actually thought this was a completely different person because the skin tone just looked so much lighter.
Oh, that's because the previous shots were, I think, kind of blue tinted.
Okay. It just got really confused. I'm like, wait, is he a different actor all of a
Look at
sudden?
his eyes. It's so obvious. His eyes are piercing blue.
Urison shows up. I don't know where.
With the helpful information, hey, that guy's infused with an icon.
Taco knows what to do. Clears away the crowd. Transforms. Goes to kick some butt.
Yeah, because clearly this is not a good... A guy infused with an icon. This can't be good. He's obviously possessed. Got to get these people to safety. and then just transforms in front of everyone, although I guess everyone just listened to him and left.
I thought it was like still meant to be a secret thing of...
Was it
Ghost.
ever a secret? I just think people couldn't see him when he was transformed.
But they just... Oh, I guess when he's transformed.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It all seems a bit strange to me.
He doesn't bother trying to kick him or anything, does he? He just grabs him and he's just like, what are you trying to do?
Ganma. And he's like, I'm not Ganma. And then he like flips Taco.
With like one hand. Just boom. Flipped.
And Yurisen's all like, oh, by the way, that's not just like an ordinary icon. Maybe I should have pointed out. It's the Ryoma one.
Sorry, did we both... By both, I mean all... Miss that awesome butt shot of Businessman?
Yeah.
Yes.
Tight, hiney.
Good to know.
When he was flipping, it was like half the screen was
Just a butt.
I
and
like
it
that.
was a solid butt.
I got made fun of for looking at Spectre's butt, but now all of a sudden Kate's like, oh, businessman butt.
Yeah, I'm not a perv. It's a man in a suit. Come on, totally different. You're a
Fine.
married woman.
That doesn't mean I'm dead. I can still look. Thank goodness. I get married and everyone's like, well, now you have to be a prude.
No butts for you.
All the butts for me. Single lady Kate. Single lady Stark. That sounds better. Please send all butt photos. No, don't
No.
send butt photos.
No, no, do not even joke.
Anyways, it was a good butt.
So here's the icon is Ryoma, and he like detransforms. He's like, "Please help me, man."
Yeah,
It
went
was, like,
from
goes to beg him for help.
I want to kill you to no, come here, man. Like there was no transition.
He bows and apologizes. Nari and Akari are like, oh my goodness, it's Sakamoto Ryoma. Oh, this is amazing. And
Dude is very cocky, and he's like, "Dude, kid, you're weirding me out. You're not doing this the right way."
I mean, Taco Time did grab him by the hand, and it was almost romantic the way he was asking for his help.
It was actually. It was a good moment.
But even Akari and Inari are like, yeah, this is a little weird.
Is Taco wearing leather pants?
Yeah.
Are you just checking out all their butts now?
I am now. Because we were talking about it.
Good luck finding Onari's.
Corey says that because Onari wears lots of flowy robes. I'll find it.
Butt hunt continues.
Butt Watch 2016. I don't think I've talked about anything that's actually happened in this episode. I've just talked about butts.
Just this singular butt.
Two butts now.
I mean, while he's grabbing his hand, he also says, let me link with your soul. And Businessman's kind of like, yeah, this is a little weird. Just a bit weird.
Buy me some dinner first. Don't just link with my soul.
Well, it's not
willy-nilly.
even buy me dinner. It's like, you gotta help me with a problem. He knows that Taco brought Cannon back to life. He seems to have like everything down.
Yeah, he's very much aware of the goings on in Ghost Ganma world.
Yeah, super knowledgeable. Seems actually pretty nice. I mean, confident and kind of cocky, but seems like a nice person.
He asks Taco, "What is your dream?" And Taco's all like, "I don't have time for dreams. I gotta fight the Ganma."
Yeah, I like his response where he's just like, well, that's dull. I mean, the guy I'm possessing has a great dream and it's large. You're
And
boring.
awesome.
I also like the number of times in this episode Taco has been called boy. And I was like, I didn't realize we were watching an episode of Monster Factory.
It's not that kind of boy.
It's a perfect boy.
Beautiful boy.
Sweet, perfect boy.
So anyway,
My garbage boy.
Businessman.
Taco boy.
Business boy.
Business boy wants Taco Boy to help him with a project. And he's like, okay, so you will help me with this project. Make a Satcho Alliance. Do that.
And we're all like, "What?" And then they jump into some exposition about how Sakamoto Ryoma had fostered an alliance between two groups way back in the day. And Taco's like, yeah, I'll do that.
How do I do that? I do like that Taco Boy often does that, where he's just like, yeah, I do that thing. How do I do that thing? I didn't think this part through.
Taco Boy.
Yeah, no, that's his name now.
Yep, it sure is. Onari's phone rings, and he answers it with the sassiest hair flip imaginable. Remember, Onari is bald, does a super sassy hair flip, and then I forgot that he had the personalized Snapple phone case that he made custom. Oh, it was so good. What a good moment. I want a GIF of that moment that I can just use.
I can get that to you.
Yeah, that's a good gifable moment. Answering the cell phone, there's a weird noise that comes over it. And he's just like, Taco Boy, the sound.
And at that time, Akari's phone also rings, and the weird noise comes out.
Taco Boy yells for Urisen. Just top of his lungs. Urisen!
Like, he cups his mouth. He's like, Urisen! And Urisen's like, whoa, I'm here.
Don't need to shout. I'm always here.
And then Taco Boy grabs Euro Boy by the neck, and it's just like, where's the Ganma boy?
And he's
Tell
all
me
like,
where the Ganma boy is.
Stop, you're choking me. And what I love about this is Urisen's a puppet. And so it looks like, there's this struggle going on between Taco Boy and Euro Boy. But actually, Taco just has the puppet in his hand and is doing all of the maneuvers himself. Like, he's acting like he's being pulled along by this puppet.
And
He
not
does
well.
pretty okay.
He's all like, do you sense a gunman nearby? Yes. I don't know if I should tell you, though. Well, you should show me. And then he, runs off, and Onari picks up Akari, and they also hustle away.
Yeah, and my favorite part of this whole thing is Business Boy's watching, and he's just like, what? Okay. This is a thing that's happening in front of my face.
He seems to be very indecisive, but when trouble is afoot, he goes with his gut. And I think he appreciates that.
Yeah, he seems amused at the end after they've all run off.
It's like, oh, look at this boy.
So we go to a rooftop, and Astro Boy...
You couldn't even finish your sentence.
Astro Boy is collecting more powers.
Astro Boy, the Ganma. Just
The one
To
that we named
clarify.
Astro Boy before we started this whole boy bit.
saying.
And, Taco Boy is looking around and moving the Urisen puppet. Like, it's talking to him. It's like, look behind you. And he, turns the puppet to look behind him. It's great. It's so great.
And then Taco Boy sees the Astro Boy Ganma. He's like, oh, but then the Sword Bird Ganma comes in.
BS.
And, Bird Sword Ganma.
Bird Boy.
Bird Boy comes in. And Taco's like, oh my goodness, that's the Ganma boy that killed me in the first episode. Oh no, I better transform. So he transforms.
Okay, stop everything. God, what an
Oh,
ugly
it's got
Ganma.
a bird head.
It does.
It's got a bird on
It's
its
got
head.
6
That's
eyes.
That's not a...
That's bad.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh. It's got branches
Ah.
on its
Oh,
shoulder.
oh.
I see the
Bamboo.
tiny bird that you were all talking about now. on the
Yeah,
bamboo.
there's
No,
two
but
of
it's
them.
got a bird head.
Yeah, no, that's weird.
So
That-
stupid. Okay, so my problem with Taco Boy's transformation, he had at the end of last episode this powered up, boosted version of himself, which was all red and black. Yet he still transforms to be normal
Orange.
orange and black boy. Why?
So my theory is that in other anime shows, when a character gets a powered up form, it takes a lot of energy out of them, and they can't go for that form unless they're really certain they're gonna beat something up. So I don't think he really is that serious about beating up this Ganma.
This Ganma killed him once, though.
Oh, I know. It's dumb.
It's not so much that the form takes energy as in order to build suspense in the fight, they have to ramp up. You have to start at the bottom and just go higher.
This is what I would do in this situation.
Just go for the top.
Hey, you killed me once. Okay, I'm gonna stack all my jackets. Like he
Jacket
did.
stack?
Yeah, jacket stack. I'm gonna be a jacket stack boy. I'm gonna do all of that and then ruin you because you killed me once. This is why I have to do all of this now.
I think this is the first Ganma that he killed in revenge. Didn't he, like, kick this one, or did this one escape?
This one escaped. This one
Yeah, which is why he should
killed
have
him
jacket
and then
stacked.
went away. I don't think he killed this one. Because otherwise then we have Ganma who can come back.
Yeah.
And generally their icons shatter. Their eye boys shatter, and then they can't...
No.
They can't
No.
come back.
No. Icon is still icon.
Fine, icon.
Boy.
Icon boy.
Boy icon.
Speaking of more boys,
Eye boy.
Akari, or is it a Nari comes in? Someone comes in with a spider boy lantern and showcases everything. So that they also may see the Taco Boy and Bird Boy
Look,
fight.
if the McElroy brothers ever heard this, in what world would they ever hear this? But they would be like, this is garbage. We're never saying the word boy ever again. This has been ruined by these three nerds.
Oh well. I'm sure they can find other words that we could ruin.
If you have words for us to ruin, please tweet us at GHOSTWATCH2016.
We will use them until they have no meaning.
Boy.
Boy.
Boy. So Astro Boy jumps down from the roof that is like the upper roof that he was on behind Taco. And so now it is 2-on-1, Taco versus too many Ganma.
But that's okay, because Spectre is just hanging out on the roof, as he does, and transforms.
And then they're all like, yeah,
Team
we're going to
fight.
work together. And then
Ooh.
they split up and each take one.
I mean, you want to divide them evenly, right?
Onari's all like, please, use a Goemon. I've got the Goemon icon that I found over here. I've got it in my hand. I don't know why I didn't give this to Taco earlier for his collection, but I've got it in my hand. Wow. Just use this.
Look at that butt.
I was looking at the buckle.
But look at his eyeball butt.
We've talked about his eyeball butt previously. You were all...
Did you see it? It just panned down to be more butt. Butt Watch 2016 continues.
So something I noticed when Spectre was transforming is that he's got a ring on his finger that it likes to focus on.
His index finger.
Yeah,
on
index finger,
his
right hand.
Right hand, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a Celtic knot type thing. It's a very complicated ring.
It's large as well.
Yeah.
Maybe it has something to do with all the stuff he has to do.
And why he's a traitor.
Traitor boy.
Traitor boy.
Traitor boy. He does seem a lot happier this episode. Like
His
he
sister's
hasn't
back
been.
to life.
Yeah, but even when she came back, he was all angry for a while, and now he's less angry.
So Taco takes Bird Boy indoors to sword fight with.
That's not where birds live.
There's a lot of empty cardboard boxes around for them to tumble through.
Birds don't like cardboard boxes. That's a cat thing.
And Spectre remains with Astro Boy outside. Onari peeks through a gap in the wall and is all like, please use Goemon.
He really, really wants Taco to use Goemon.
Yep.
But Taco's like, nah, I'll use Edison.
Then he's like, this gun works really well against swords. And Urisen's like, oh, you're learning.
Spectre also decides to transform into Nobunaga.
And like Astro Boy is shooting planets at him.
Yeah, like blue orbs that are like shattering as Spectre is kicking them and punching them and stuff.
And the Nobunaga jacket just like intercepts like 10 of them. It's
It's
great.
really cool.
Taco goes to power up his ult and then fires it at the two Ganma who have like a Winston-esque shield. I'm sorry, if you haven't played Overwatch, this doesn't make any sense. But if you have played Overwatch, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So he shoots at the two Ganma who now have like a dome shield over top of them. And Spectre's on the other side and uses his ult against them. And then they just disappear into a Michael Bay ball of flames. But they didn't die. They just
Yep.
disappeared.
And then Taco Time's like, thanks, Spectre. It was great. We fought. And Spectre's like, yeah, it was great. No need to thank you. Bye now. Bye.
Super awkwardly just left.
And then possessed business boy walks up on the roof, like he followed them. He's like, why are you saying life has to burn bright when you're dead? That doesn't make any sense. Which, now that he points it out,
Doesn't
is
make a lot of
true.
sense.
It's very true.
And Taco's all like, well, I like to fight as though my life were on the line. And, like, he could have at this point been like, yeah, my life is actually on the line because I could get my life back if I don't win. So it really is on the line.
Yeah, and businessman should know that already. Because he knows everything, apparently.
And he's like, back in my day, everyone was putting their life on the line. It ain't no thing. Not impressed. Your dream is stupid.
I'm glad we have a fourth outside observer on this fight, pointing out all the things that we never noticed about life burning bright.
And Taco's all like, so that thing you mentioned earlier, what's that all about? And he's like, my dude has a dream problem that needs fixing.
Yeah, he's got a big dream, and it's got a problem.
Remember, this is Ryoma in somebody's body talking about the guy he possessed. And that possessed guy's dream.
And Taco's like, yeah, I'll help you. I'll make a Satcho Alliance.
But how?
Yeah, how? There's a businessman flips
Boy.
his head back.
Boy.
And then
He's a boy.
There's a
Business boy.
flash, and his glasses. He brings his glasses back down, and he is clearly regular businessman now, boy, and he looks around and he's like, "Where am I? This is weird. I do not recall coming to rooftops."
And then Taco kind of disappears for a second and then comes back, and Akari boy is like, what just happened? And Taco boy's like, I'm fine. What are you talking about? And then Akari boy's like, oh, okay.
It's probably fine.
That's fine.
That's-
Nothing weird here.
That's gonna be a thing eventually. I don't think that'll be a thing in the next couple episodes. Like,
It might be a thing in the next episode. Like, it might happen at a critical moment. He might, like, depower or something.
Yeah, but I don't think we'll know the answer to why in the next episode.
Maybe it's dad's soul problems.
Is he having trouble connecting to Dad's soul boy?
Business boy and Taco boy are now walking by the train tracks, as you do, having a pretty deep conversation about how Business boy was possessed and how he doesn't remember anything.
I like that Business boy is just like, oh, are you sure? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That explains everything.
And he's like, oh man, this is great. I love Sakamoto Ryoma. I'm like a super fan. He had big dreams. I have a big dream. I will tell you about my big dream.
He gives Taco Time a business card.
This is one of the most excitable man boys I've ever seen in my life. Look how excited he is.
He's all like, I make satellites.
Yeah, Taco boy kind of seems like he's zoning out at this point. He's just like, science. Oh, this is like Akari.
And we get cutaway to Pretty Boy.
So much better now.
Boy, who is all like, I've discovered a new means to rapidly expand the scope of our agenda. Yay, satellite. And it's all like, cutaway to space. There's a weird satellite thing.
Yeah, I thought we were in the Ganma world for a second there, like a weird glowy
But
space.
it's blue instead of red.
Yeah, but that's like the Ganma part they want to take over. Is kind of what my mind leapt to. Also, Pretty Boy really hates Taco Boy and is like, somebody needs to go. You.
Gotta kill that dude.
You, bird boy, you go. Business Boy is very excitedly telling him about the technology of space, and Taco Boy is just like, and then Businessman's like, oh, I'm sorry, I get carried away. I enjoy my dream, but I realize that not all people enjoy my dream. Like you.
Business boy is talking about a new project that they are trying to start, but he needs the assistance of an older, more experienced engineer. I think he's talking about his dad.
And then he says, it's my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Taco's like, this is great. You're family. You can just talk to each other.
Everything's great. Everyone loves their dad, right?
I mean, maybe it's because Taco Time's dad is dead, and so their relationship has always been, yeah, I will do what my dad wanted me to do, and Flashback Dad and Grave Dad have always been there for him. I don't think he's ever had that miscommunication family thing with
Especially
with
now
Dad.
that they've done the fusion hug.
Fusion Hug really brings family together. But then, Flash, back to maps.
It's not a flashback.
No, but we're cutting to Akari looking at maps again.
Now,
Her
There's-
own ruined map this time, I think.
there's a bunch of red X's on a map with a circle drawn around them. And I yelled, "It's an eye!"
And then I said, no, it is not.
It's clearly a circle.
I mean, there is definitely a circle. There are definitely many red X's. That does not make an eye shape.
That's what my eyeball looks like.
It's just a black circle with little red X's inside of it.
That's what my eyeball looks like.
Are your eyes okay?
No, I need to see a specialist.
That might be what her eyes look like, Corey. Why would Kate ever lie to us about that?
I can see her eyes from here.
I would never lie about anything.
I can't see her eyes. Her microphone's in the way of them, but I'm assuming they look like that.
Stop hiding your eyes behind your microphone.
Why would you never trust Kate?
I'm not lying.
Kate would never lie about her eyes.
The circle is the radius of the cell phone zapping. They're like narrowing down the location of the Ganma epicenter.
That Ganma does not get great distance for his cell phone plan, does it? Astro Boy should really consider getting a better cell phone coverage plan. I mean, maybe he never really leaves that area, but I think he could do better for his cell phone coverage.
So Akari's all like, I'm just going to watch stuff from my laptop here in the lab. You guys go and deal with things. Check out that center.
Business Boy and Taco Boy are now at a factory where they're making satellites.
Bits of pieces for satellites.
Yeah.
This is, and Business Boy's like, hey, Taco Boy, this is where my dad works. We did stuff together before, it was great. And this is where Taco's like, yeah, I'm sure this will all work out, your family. Try
So they-
Spirit Hug today.
They walk inside. There's a bunch of guys working at machines and like a line assembly kind of thing.
There's an older gentleman, which we're just going and assuming it's Business Boy's dad. And
Business Dad.
with even, like, not even looking at him, just says, "I have nothing to say to you." And Business Boy is trying to say, "But this was our dream, father and his sons, and this is great." And Business Dad Boy is so not impressed.
So we haven't heard anything about his brother.
Oh, that's right. He mentions that the dream was to work with his two sons. Oh, is that what he's still mad about?
It's probably what he's still mad about.
Oh.
Is second son dead?
Or not working.
Okay,
Or anything.
okay.
Pretty Boy?
I've got this. Second son was an astronaut. He went into space and exploded while putting up a satellite that went wrong because of other son, and now dad is very angry.
I went the Pretty Boy route.
You think
thinking-
second son? You think this is the Ganma Emperor?
The only reason I said that is because he was talking about brothers, and this is the only other person to mention having a brother. And it's not right, but that's what my brain thought.
I want this guy to be the Ganma Emperor.
What if he is? He's just quietly working away,
And
very
making
unassuming.
satellites.
And Business Boy is the older brother of Pretty Boy.
I mean, they kind of look alike. They have like the same hair, minus this guy doesn't have the bleached tips
Or the feather earrings. Or
or the
The
multiple
Ganma hell.
scarves. What if he was in Ganma hell?
I mean, he's busy being possessed by an icon. Maybe.
Can icons possess other icons?
But wait,
like the
hold on.
Ganma are icons.
But Pretty Boy is using like satellites with the Ganma to hurt people, but this guy designed satellites. It's all coming together.
Ghost magic.
Yes,
It's all
it's
coming
all
together.
Ghost Boy magic. Ghost
Okay,
magic
well, my
boy.
official prediction is that they are brothers.
I like it. Even if it's wrong, I support your fanfic.
Okay, rude.
So they're having a disagreement, and Taco Boy steps in between, and is all like, "I'm here to foster the Satcho Alliance," because he reads father's name tag, which says Tamura Setsunoshin, and business boy's name is something different, Mr. Nagamasa, and the kanji for his name and the kanji for father's name are different, but somehow combine using the first syllables to be Satcho. Maybe.
The kanji actually appears on the screen and is highlighted and swooshed together.
Yeah, it's just to highlight the moment. But what I really like in this moment is after Taco Time has gone through this muttering thing, which the two can hear, and Dad is like, why are you being weird?
Who is this Taco Boy?
Taco's just like, oh, salute, I'm here to help make the Satcho Alliance happen.
And then they get kicked out of the factory.
Yep.
Yep.
Just like that. And don't you come back, boys.
Business boy is just like, Dad, you're old and stubborn, and I don't want to work with you anyway.
Okay,
It's stupid
sorry.
and impossible.
Tell me business boy and pretty boy don't look similar.
They do not. Is it a butt thing?
Are
I'm not
you
saying
talking
pretty
about the
boy's butt.
similarity of their butts?
No, I was talking about their face shape and their hair.
On their butts?
Okay, no. Speaking of butts.
Business boy runs off, and in this moment, bird boy attacks.
No. No.
Bird
first,
boy attacks.
First, Taco Time is all like, why do I have to get in the middle of this fight? This is really annoying, and I'm whining now. And then, just as Business Boy is about to just walk away, he gets repossessed by Ryoma, who's still in him, and he turns around and he's just like, you're dumb, aren't you?
Calls him a boy again.
And he's all like, "I'm dealing with this crap while there's two Ganma," and then, speak of the devil, Ganma.
Bird Boy.
He's all like, "Don't take this personally, but I got orders, dude. I could kill you."
And then finally, Taco Boy transforms into Boost Boy,
Here we go, Dad.
ready to fight.
As a dad and son combo should. I think he's doing this to rub this into Business Boy's face. He's just like, no, this is how family works.
Yes. And then it's nighttime. It was daytime previously, but now it's nighttime.
And in a second location. And not just like, oh, it was evening and now the sun's gone down. It was midday and now it is pitch black.
So Bird Boy's all like, "This won't be too easy this time," and he jumps into the air, and he's like, "Secret Blade, Tsubame Gaishi," which is the Swallow's Return, which is the move that all cool, uncoordinated characters use in all shonen series ever. All boy shows. He jumps into the air, and then he, like, dive bombs as a bird. He's not actually transformed into a bird, he just has wings and a sword hand.
Onari comes in with a lantern because it's dark out. And this way he can also see his master. And he's just like, hey, didn't I tell you before? Goemon, he was a ninja. He's really cool. You should use Goemon.
And
Finally, Taco Boy.
Taco's like, yeah. So now we see Goemon.
It's so bad. It's so bad. This hero jacket is terrible. It's like lime green, vinyl, quilted house coat.
What bothers me is that because he's in his boost form, he's all red with this, it's just these colors clash a lot and it's gross and I don't like it.
It would have been bad with the orange suit too.
Yes, but I feel like the orange suit has more black in it, so it wouldn't have been as bad as the obvious red clash.
That is fair.
So he's got like one of those twisty fabric bows on his back and
looks
around
like
the shoulders.
A metal pretzel.
And then one of those little black flat hat things. And the line for the jacket is, "The Kabuki of Awe, breaking the law."
Yeah.
I missed that the first time.
Breaking the law.
Breaking the law. Breaking the law.
Breaking the law.
Breaking the law.
Oh,
boy.
yeah, breaking the law.
Breaking the law.
Because Kabuki of Awe. Right. Onari is very pleased. He's very happy that
So-
Taco Time has finally done this.
So excited.
Look at how happy he is.
He is applauding. And so now we get little drum hits and like wood block things as they duel on the roof.
Yeah, it's very, very kabuki stances. Lots of theater-esque
A lot of
roof
wide
fights.
legs. Taco's holding out one hand constantly and rolling his head.
I'm going to attempt to make the sound. Wah!
Yep.
Happening in the background.
Wow, yeah, that was super traditional. They're also fighting on the top of what looks to be like a parking garage or like a barn.
It's a peaked roof. That's all.
Yeah.
Taco's kicking butt, and the guy jumps up into the air to use a special move, and Taco manages to dodge this time using his special theater powers. And then they clash, and Taco's on the ground. And in that moment,
Yeah, he's like, I like this outfit. This is cool.
This beautiful magical moment, which might be my favorite moment in the entire show. We screamed when this happened.
yeah.
Okay, so Yurisen shows up and says, "Hey, remember, your sword is wearing sunglasses." And then Taco's like, "Oh, hey, you're right." Picks up the sunglasser, flips up the lenses of the sunglasses, and there are two perfectly carved holes behind each lens in the shape of an icon. We lost our minds.
we were like, oh
Like-
no.
Like, it's so obvious, but it's so dumb. I think I was struck by how dumb sunglasses on the sword were the first time to even consider the idea that
It could be dumber.
Here's a spot where they could put some eyeballs. What do they have that look like eyeballs? Icons, yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't even...
Right?
Yep.
Their
So he
eyeballs
grabs like a
behind
black
sunglasses.
icon that we can identify, and then uses his boost icon.
Yep.
So the thing about the icon slots is one of them's for a regular icon, and then his boost icon has like little flame things, so the hole is slightly different shaped. So it's like, this is where the boost icon goes, and this is where a different icon goes.
It's so mega bright.
Their eyeballs behind
Fighting eyes
sunglasses.
wide open.
And then like he flips the sunglasses back down, and like flames appear in them. And so he faces off against the Ganma, and they both jump in front of the moon.
the full moon.
The full giant moon, which takes up about 3/4 of the sky.
They sword duel, and Taco gets a really good slash on the Ganma with his Mega Omega Shine attack.
Yeah, like I said that they were running out of words for the Omega attacks before, and I'm surprised they just didn't call this the Omega Shine. But they're pretty close. They're only one letter off.
The Ganma bird boy explodes into a ball of flame, and then there's this beautiful shot of Taco Boy on the roof with the full moon in the background and a full firework display that explodes behind him.
Actual fireworks while he's doing a kabuki pose.
Yes.
And saying, I'm assuming, like a very traditional line.
Yeah.
I did it. Very traditional.
Yeah. The traditional I did it line.
Pretty Boy appears to be at the satellite factory security office.
There's like a large antenna dish there with monitors.
And all the monitors are going crazy, static and such. And he walks in with Astro Boy Ganma and says, "Do it."
That computer's blue screened.
One of the computers is blue screened.
That computer broken. That computer not useful.
That's really funny.
It doesn't matter because Astro Boy can do what he needs to do without that computer.
I mean, there are other computers around.
Takes control of the dish and sends out his beam thing to the satellite that we saw earlier, and it makes the evil eye seal on the satellite.
And Akari, who is somehow tapped into the cell towers of the world in this area so that she can have a computer map, is like, oh, wow, there's more interference going on. Wait, this is weird. Oh, shoot, larger area. What's going on? Gramps
Gramps is all like,
creeping.
uh-oh.
And then Pretty Boy is like, now the game truly begins.
End of episode.
So many good moments happened.
I mean, clearly he's after some space Ganma now. He's taken over very land Ganma, and now space Ganma. I think he's going to go after some planet Ganma
I
next.
think he's going to try to catch them all.
So he's after Clefairy is what you're saying.
Okay, he's used the satellite to extend the range of whatever soul-stealing ability the Ganma has.
But satellites can go to other planets,
Clearly
Corey.
they're trying to collect souls to power up Ganma to take over the world.
Clearly.
Clearly.
Oh, okay. So what I've taken away then is that cell phones are evil, and I need to go catch more Pokemon.
Yeah, okay.
Boys.
More Pokemon boys?
More Pokemon boys.
No, this is not time for a Pokemon break. No, stop, both of you.
What if there was a cool Pokemon in your place right now? In fact, there's
a seal here.
Okay, thank you all for listening.
It's an okay
We're gotta go
Pokemon.
catch a seal.
Where is it? I felt it buzz, but I cannot see it. I don't think I'm getting the seal. Maybe if I had an eye seal. Would that work?
Goodbye. Have a good night. Have a good life. Farewell.